Hello there, it's your Wisconsin wine guy. I'm back again. This is another wine review, so we're going to call this part 2. Wine review for Wine Insider Wines. You know, I got tapped in the soda to review some of their wines, and so I selected the French 6-pack. So 6 different French wines, and I'm doing 2 a week. So this is number 2. We have 1 more left. So today, is going to be extra special. But before I get to that, the same rules apply. Thumbs up or double thumbs up means I highly recommend. Thumbs up, I recommend this wine. 3/4 says, you know what, I would drink this wine, I would have it at a party, I would keep some bottles on hand. Halfway, not so much for me. You give it a try. Let us all know what you think. And thumbs down, that just didn't work out for me. But it doesn't mean that you can't try, and let us know what you think. So these are my personal opinions, what I think about the wines. Not endorsing, not saying go out and buy, but if you like what I say, check it out. Let your palate be the guide. So now, today's show. All right, I'm doing 2 red wines. As you can see, this is going to be a blind tasting. And the reason being is why it's a blind tasting is because these are both wines from Bordeaux. But last week, I gave you a breakdown of classifications, of quality levels. So to keep focus on what we're doing now, we're going to go AOC, Appellation Original Contrôlée, which has rules and guidelines that you must follow to produce this wine, etc. And then ABC, or simply Bordeaux, in which, you know what, we're a little bit lax on the rules, but we can use our grapes from our estate, and we can pick or purchase grapes from other areas within Bordeaux and produce our wine. So rules versus no rules. Now I can't tell you which one is which. You can see the 4s are the same. My Haley's corkers are the same color. I had these bottled earlier for me. I'm going to keep mixing, a little bit more just to mix myself up. I do know this. One wine is vintage 2016. The other wine is vintage 2018. I do know that. All right. So now we're going to give these wines a taste. At least in my opinion, I'm going to grade these very simply. All right. Of course, outside of the grading system. So first I'm going to be talking about, the nose, the difference in the nose, which nose I like best thus far. I'm going to talk about the taste when it comes to acidity. You know how I feel about acidity, especially when it comes to red wines. From there, I'm going to talk about, compare, what's the mouthfeel, what's the tannins like in the wine, and then I'm going to give you my opinion of which wine I like best. All right, that's the first part. Then the next part is going to be the simple thing, what my recommendations are. Thumbs up, double thumbs up, thumbs down, the 1/4 or half, and we'll find out. So let's get this party started. So I'm going to pour the wines. Now, let's do this. Obviously, I poured this one first, but I'm going to put a blue rubber band on there so you'll know that this is wine number 1 when I say wine number 1. There's the blue band. All right, now I'm going to pour the next wine. Both wines get poured. Both wines get tasted. All right, there we go. Now, I can already see, just looking at the color, of the wine, of the 2 wines. Let's get my white background here to take it even a step further. Looking at the color of the 2 wines. Wow, I have a lot more color on wine number 1. Wine number 1 is the blue rubber band. Let's bring that rubber band up some. Wine number 1 is the blue rubber band. I have a lot more. Look at the color. You check it out. Okay. When I look at my white background, I have a lot more color on wine number 1 versus wine number 2. Okay. Now for the nose. Wine number 1's nose. Wow, you definitely get that fruit. Fruit backed with a little bit of spice. Oh, that nose is nice. I give it to the nose. Now, wine number 2. Woo! Now, that nose is a little bit more, boom, pronounced. If I have to go by the nose, and that color, have to go by the nose or color, I would have said this one is the youngest wine, wine number 1, and this is the oldest wine. But now, going by nose, it's like, okay, I would still say this is a younger wine, all right? And this is the older wine. But nose are similar, plum and spice, but That fruit just comes right out with a punch on this one here. Wine number 2. A little more subdued, you know. I say a little more mature. All right. Now for the taste. 2-step taste process. Taste for acidity. Rinse my mouth for each. Here we go. Wine number 1. Okay. I wouldn't say silky tannins, but soft tannins. Flavor-wise, it total encompasses my mouth, my palate, my mouth. Like taste the flavor. Fruit. Oh, doing the next taste. But not too bad. Nice finish. I can still taste that wine. Number 2, rinse. Oh, acidity wise, soft acidity, not killing, but soft. I think it blends very well. Wine number 2. Wine number 2 goes here. There's more acidity here in wine number 2. So more acidity in wine number 2. The tannins a little bit more, so I have to put on the measurement. Okay, here's the measurement. Tannins on wine number 1, right here. Tannins on wine number 2. Not much, okay? But as far as taste goes and finish, when you don't do the rinse, you just taste, oh my God, they're very similar. Okay, now mouthfeel, I've given them equal on the mouthfeel. Okay, but now comes the moment of truth. Which do I prefer? Bordeaux versus Bordeaux. We have AOC versus ABC. I don't know which is which. Wow, they're so close. They are so close. This is just merely on the strength of tasting. Is one appellation or designation better than the other, or does it really come down to the skill of the winemaker? Of course, we got a 2-year difference in between the 2 wines, you know, so that can or cannot make a difference. Wow, this is tough. I can only choose one. Give one more taste. Wine number 1 again. Wine number 2. All right. I have to choose wine number 2. I like that its flavor is complete. It's complete for me on the nose. It's complete on the entry. It's complete on the finish. It doesn't lessen the taste here, but you know there's a freshness to it. You know, in wine number 2 that you know just like all complete. Number 1 is good also. But I like the freshness quality that exists here. It's complete to me. All right, so now let's unveil. So we selected wine number 2 as my favorite. There we go. Du Colombier. Chateau du Colombier. So what we're saying here, this one here is the ABC, the Appellation Bordeaux Contrôlée. All right, that means that we're a little bit more flexible in what we can do in producing our wine. So that's 2018. Okay, 2018. So that obviously this one must be the 2016, but the brand is going to be the Chateau Baron Bellevue, the Côtes de Bourg. This is the AOC 2016. Again, they're both right bank wines. So we're talking Merlot dominant. You know, so we have here a 84% Malbec. 84% Merlot, 10% Cabernet, 6% Cab Franc. Here we're looking at 75% Merlot, 25% Cabernet. You know, maybe it's a combination, you know, of the mix. Who knows? But I did enjoy the Du Colombier, but best between the two, just in a blind tasting. Now comes the ranking. Let's rank the wines. We're going to start with number 1 again. Why not? On the nose, both of these But nice. I like the nose. I'm starting to like the nose better until Colombier. You get fruit here, but you get fruit blended with a nice toastiness there. This gives you more earthiness here. You know, like mushroom. Let's say mushroom. Mushroom blended with the fruit. All right? So now, here we go. Individually, taste-wise, I'm going to give this a thumbs up. It's a solid wine. Thumbs up for 2016. We're now 2020, so 5 years old. Can it go further? Okay, this is the Côte d'Ivoire. This is an appellation. You know, this is the AOC. This is the real deal. They're all the real deal, but this is the real deal as far as the rules go in France. You know, but thumbs up for the Chateau Baron Bellevue 2016. I think it's a solid wine, subdued, relaxed, acidity. Everything is just like very well blended. Now for the Du Colombier, the Bordeaux. To me, as I said, it's just, it has the youth behind it, but it has a lot of character. You know, it's not kind of like one-dimensional. I like that there's some spikes of different character here. But there's some character here, but there's a little bit more spikes of character that exist here in Du Colombier. A little bit more mature. Okay, let's just say that. So, Du Colombier, I like the nose, I like the taste. I'm actually going to give this a double thumbs up. You know, I really enjoy what's happening here in this wine. So double thumbs up on the 2018 Du Colombier Bordeaux, Chateau Du Colombier Bordeaux, and then the Chateau Baron Bellevue, the Côte d'Ivoire 2016, a thumbs up. There you have it. We did a blind tasting. We did a open view tasting and gave you my opinion. Excuse me. Wow, it's your Wisconsin wine guy saying as always, let your palate be the guide, not mine. Let your palate be the guide when selecting your next wine. And I'll see you next week for part 3. Finger's kind of crooked. For part 3 of the Wine Insider Wines, the French pack. Ciao!